Do you have thoughts guiding your day? Or do you have source, faith, and trust guiding your day? For so long, I'd get out of meditation and get these, what I thought were inspirations. They were thoughts. They might have been from my mind, my lower mind or higher mind, but they were still thoughts. Now when I meditate, it's blank. I get done, there's nothing to write, there's nothing to do. It's a blank slate. And I ask, now what? And so when I used to make my TikToks and when I used to make all my YouTube videos, I'd get out of meditation, which was really more of a contemplation, and all these thoughts would come through, and I would get all the download of like what thought to create the next video with. Now, instead, when I meditate, there's just this wash of source. I can't feel where my body ends or begins. I can't feel where my hands are in my lap. And I get done meditating, and there's just this peace. And sometimes there's this sense of urgency. Okay, what do I do next? For my business, for my family, for what's next? And now I'm learning to just sit in this quietude and be patient with what's next, what breadcrumb to my next job or client or next thing to do in the house. Be patient and wait for the quickening, not the thought. And it's a new way of being, and it brings up a little bit of anxiety for me, but it also brings up like excitement. I am exponentially increasing the sense of surrender and trust. And this is where I feel like midlife gets really exciting. This is where we go from being empowered and confident to trusting and knowing that all is well. And so one of the things that's been interesting to me is the human design. I'm a manifesting generator, and knowing how I create in my reality is interesting to me. So manifesting generators relax until that quickening, until they really feel the quickening towards something, and then something lines up. So while I'm not an expert at all on human design, I really do recommend going to find out your human design to see how you manifest and create in your reality. We all are source energy. We are source energy, and the body is inside our source energy. And there is source energy within and out. And when we meditate, what I love to do is I visualize the two merging, and then the body is just there with it all. Human design, I feel like, is how this body functions in three amongst being this beingness. It's kind of an interesting play. So how do you function right now? Are you getting inspired by tons of thoughts? Or are you going underneath all those thoughts to vibrational alignment, where trust lies and true creational power lives? Because there's empowerment and personal creation, or there's trust in knowing that there is just one life, right, in all different forms. And our personal life, if we can surrender our egoic personal life and our personality to our source self, there's some really interesting things that happen. And there's so much trust and ease and joy and peace that comes from that. And there's nothing wrong with living empowered and in your personal power for a little while. But I have to say, I'm really loving this, how this personal power has turned into source power, and living from my source self rather than my personality, my egoic self that's saying they want all these, they want life to line up this way. It has to look like this. We surrender and we just say, what else is possible here? I'm letting go of my agenda. I'm letting go of what it's supposed to look like. And I'm following the flow of trust, peace, and harmony within me, and see where that takes me and see what that creates. Rather than saying I have to create this way and I'm being peaceful to match up with, or I'm being this vibration to match up with that, which I've said a lot in my videos, you have to become the energy of what you want to be. But really, the greatest energy we can be is our source self. This source knowing love and trust and ease and grace. And then what that creates for us, let's just be an allowance of it. To me, this is how life gets really easeful. Let me know your comments on that. I'm curious.